3 days before our 10th anniversary, I found out my husband had another family. Not an affair. A family. 2 children. 8 years. And I found out because his phone wouldn't stop buzzing on the kitchen counter. He left it there while he showered upstairs. I could hear the water running through the pipes, steady and normal. Everything felt normal. Except the phone. It lit up once. Then again. Then again. The same name each time. Emily Redheart. I stood at the sink staring at it, my hands still wet from washing a plate. My first instinct was to ignore it. We had always had trust. I wasn't the jealous type. I never checked his phone. I never needed to. It buzzed again. Are you coming tonight? The kids are excited. The kids. My stomach tightened so fast it almost felt like I'd been punched. I read the preview again. Maybe I misunderstood. Maybe it was work. Maybe it was a relative. But there was a heart next to her name. My fingers moved before my brain caught up. I picked up the phone. My heart was beating so loudly I could hear it in my ears. I remember thinking, if this is nothing, I'll feel stupid. I unlocked it. The passcode was our wedding date. That detail still makes me feel sick. The messages opened. And the world shifted. It wasn't flirting. It wasn't late night I miss you texts. It was photographs. A little boy at what looked like a soccer game. A girl blowing out birthday candles. My husband kneeling behind them, arms around their shoulders. Smiling. Not the polite smile he gives coworkers. A real smile. The kind I thought belonged to me. I scrolled. Family dinners. A Christmas tree in a living room I didn't recognize. Matching pajamas. A hospital photo from years ago, him holding a newborn wrapped in a blue blanket. My vision blurred for a second. I blinked hard and kept scrolling. 8 years. The timestamps went back 8 years. 8 years of I love you. 8 years of tell daddy goodnight. 8 years of photos and plans and shared routines. We had spent years trying to have children. Doctor appointments. Fertility treatments. Quiet drives home where neither of us spoke because saying it out loud would make it real. He would squeeze my hand and say, "It's okay. We're enough." He said he didn't need kids. He said our life was full. Meanwhile, he was reading bedtime stories somewhere else. The shower upstairs turned off. I didn't move. I just kept scrolling. Vacation pictures. Inside jokes. School event reminders. This wasn't careless. This wasn't impulsive. This was organized. Maintained. Scheduled. He didn't have an affair. He built a second life and balanced it like a calendar. When he walked into the kitchen, his hair still damp, he stopped the second he saw me sitting there. I was at the table. His phone in my hands. The room felt small. Quiet. Like all the air had been pulled out of it. He looked at my face. And I watched it happen. That tiny shift in his expression. Recognition. Fear. Calculation. Who is Emily? I asked. My voice didn't even sound like mine. It was steady. Too steady. He didn't yell. He didn't grab the phone. He just exhaled and pulled out the chair across from me. I was going to tell you. The audacity of that sentence almost made me laugh. When? I asked. Year 9? Year 10? After the third kid? His jaw tightened. It wasn't like that. Then what was it like? I pushed the phone toward him. Because it looks exactly like that. He ran a hand over his face. I met her 8 years ago. It just happened. It just happened? My voice cracked now. Children just happened? I didn't plan it, he said. It got complicated. Complicated. That word. Like I was a scheduling inconvenience. How often? I asked. He didn't answer. How often do you see them? A few times a month. The room started rearranging itself in my head. Business trips. Missed holidays. The Saturdays he left early saying he had meetings. You were with them, I whispered. He didn't deny it. Does she know about me? Silence. He looked down. That's a no, I said. I told her you were my ex, he muttered. That the divorce wasn't finalized. 8 years. 8 years of telling another woman I was the unstable ex-wife. I stared at him, trying to reconcile the man in front of me with the man in those photos. How do you do it? I asked quietly. How do you walk into 2 different houses and pretend both are real? He didn't answer. I held out my hand. Give me her number. No, he said immediately. Please don't do that. Why? Afraid the lies won't line up? It will destroy everything. It already has. The silence between us was thick. Heavy. Finally, he unlocked his phone and slid it across the table. My hands were shaking when I dialed. She answered on the second ring. Hello? Her voice was soft. Calm. I could hear children laughing somewhere behind her. I swallowed. Is this Emily? Yes, who is this? There was no good way to say it. Did you know he's been married for 10 years? Silence. A long, hollow silence. What? She breathed. I'm his wife. Another silence. Then I heard her footsteps moving quickly. A door closing. The laughter faded into muffled background noise. That's not possible, she said. He's divorced. He told me. He told you I was the crazy ex who wouldn't sign the papers, I finished. Her breathing changed. Faster. How long? She asked. 10 years married. You? 8, she whispered. 8. The overlap was perfect. We started comparing dates. Trips, he said, were conferences. Weekends, he said he was helping a friend. They matched. Every lie aligned like puzzle pieces. He lives with me, I said quietly. He lives with me too, she replied. We both went quiet after that. I could hear her trying not to cry. I have 2 kids with him, she said finally. I know, I said. My voice cracked. He reads them stories every night he's here. I closed my eyes. He told me he couldn't have children, I whispered. That's when she started crying. Not screaming. Not angry. Just broken. The sound of someone realizing the life they believed in was constructed on nothing. We stayed on the phone for almost an hour. By the end, neither of us were yelling. We were just exhausted. He made us compete without knowing we were in the same race, she said. When I hung up, he was standing in the doorway. Watching me. Waiting. As if I was about to choose whether he stayed. What do you want to do? He asked. Like this was negotiable. Like he was offering me options. I looked at him and realized something. He wasn't terrified of losing me. He was terrified of losing control. The next morning, I called a lawyer. Emily texted me that afternoon. She was leaving too. For the first time in 8 years, his schedule was empty. No second house. No backup life. Just the consequences. But the part that still keeps me awake at night isn't the betrayal. It's how normal he seemed. How convincing. If that phone hadn't buzzed one more time. If I had wiped my hands and walked away. How many more years would he have balanced both lives? How many anniversaries would I have celebrated while he tucked another child into bed? And tell me honestly, if you saw that message light up your partner's phone, would you open it? Or would you choose to keep believing what feels safer?